In 1789, the French Revolution began, eventually propelling Napoleon to the pinnacle of power in France. Under Napoleon's rule, France reached its zenith in 1812, nearly subjugating the entirety of Europe and decisively triumphing over the European great powers on multiple occasions. However, France's ambitions were thwarted in the Russian campaign, and the landscape of Europe was redrawn in 1815, culminating in Napoleon's exile. Yet, let's contemplate an alternate scenario, a triumphant French conquest of Russia. In this timeline, France would have established new puppet states across Eastern Europe. Shortly thereafter, Britain would have sought peace without territorial losses. France might have pursued a subsequent venture against the Ottoman Empire, leading to the emergence of puppet states across the Balkans. Territories like Crete, Cyprus, and the Bosporus would potentially become French annexations or colonies. Africa would witness a division between France in the north and Britain in the south. As territorial expansion continued, a strategic divergence between France and Britain would manifest, prompting the invitation of a third nation to mediate between the two. This third nation could likely be Prussia, using its new colonial holdings to alleviate border tensions and provide a buffer. Meanwhile, a fresh conflict would erupt between France and the Ottoman Empire, resulting in the former transforming the latter into a constellation of puppet states or colonies. Despite lingering fears of Russia, a renewed confrontation would unfold, with Napoleon pushing Russia out of Europe, relegating it to secondary status. On the global stage, France would ensure its Spanish puppet state retained colonial possessions while expanding its own territorial dominion. The race for control over Asia between Britain and France would intensify, resulting in more extensive and assertive colonization. Even China would find itself succumbing to the combined onslaught of France and Britain, compelling it to join forces with Japan to counter the French threat. The world would ostensibly be at peace, although such tranquility would rest on a fragile foundation sustained by mutual trepidation. Numerous military encampments would adorn borders worldwide, reminiscent of a powder keg awaiting a spark. The potential eruption of conflict would undoubtedly usher in an unprecedented era of bloodshed encompassing nearly all of humanity. The victor of such a cataclysmic struggle remains indeterminable. Only its brutality is certain. With this, I conclude the discourse. If you found merit in this narrative, I cordially invite you to subscribe to the channel and contribute further scenarios in the comments section.